If you have been struggling with knowing how to apply makeup on yourself, and I'm talking, how do I apply my eyebrows? How do I apply my eyeshadow? How do I do eyelashes? Do I use a primer? Do I even need a primer? All of the things that you ask yourself when it comes to makeup, you came to the right channel. My name is Jasmine Sykes, and I am the owner and founder of Creative Beauty Co. And I have been doing hundreds and hundreds of brides throughout my entire time, and it has been almost 2 decades that I've been in this industry. I have taught everyday women on how to apply makeup on themselves hands-on, and I have even trained makeup artists and aspiring makeup artists all around the country. So this channel is gonna be perfect for you. Subscribe below and follow my journey as I teach you how to apply makeup through video. All right, guys, let's dive into how to apply your eyebrows. Okay, so as you can see, I have nothing on my eyebrows right now, and brows literally make or break your face. So as you can see, I look undone. I don't look complete. So that is why brows are so important. So I'm gonna show you what to do when it comes to filling in your eyebrows. So a lot of people use different types of brow gels, but honestly, my absolute favorite, you're gonna laugh, is a Glycerin soap from Whole Foods. It's literally like $3, $4, and it has been my tried and true. So I'm gonna grab a setting spray. It could be any setting spray that you have, and I'm just going to activate it by spraying it on to the soap. I'm gonna grab a spoolie. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown because I have very dark hair, and I find that black looks too harsh on me. I don't ever use black on anybody actually, even if you have really, really dark hair. I like to use dark brown and use a darker shadow to make it look softer. So I am going to just pick up some product, and I first like to brush up your hairs. So it's really important to do that so you can see your natural hair on how, when you brush it up, you can see the natural lay of it, if that makes sense. So I am literally going to lift up my eyebrows just like this. Like you want to look like a lion, okay, at first. So I'm just going to brush this up. And actually, to be honest, when I do makeup on myself and on other people, I like to start off with brows first because I see how the makeup is coming along, and I like my makeup to look complete as I'm doing it. I don't like my makeup to look off. Like right now, like obviously I'm making a video for you guys, but right now my makeup is done and I just have, you know, a piece that's missing. So that is why I like to start off with brows first. So right now I'm just combing out my hair to make them look like a lion. And you just need a little bit, you know, don't need too much, but I'm doing this first just to kind of get my natural lay of the brow. Okay, so after I do this, you don't want to completely lay the hairs down flat. You just want to kind of curve the ones that are sticking up because you still want that fullness to take place. Because if you lift them up and then literally do this, it defeats the purpose as to why you are combing them out. This is gonna give you more of a laminated look. So you're just gonna brush up the hairs and calm down the longer pieces. Just like that. When you master doing your eyebrows, you're gonna be unstoppable because all you need is some good brows and some lashes and you're good to go. Okay, so now that I am about to start filling out the eyebrow, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown like I mentioned. But before I apply it directly onto my eyebrows, I like to make sure that they are pretty dry, because you do not wanna apply it when your product is wet. It'll be really hard to get the color pigment onto your skin when they're wet. So I like to write on a flat surface on my mirror. The reason why I like to do this is because the point of a pencil is round and I don't want it to apply like a crayon. I want it to apply really sharp. So when I write on a flat surface, the tip is flat and it applies a lot smoother and precise. So I'm gonna start off by following exactly where my natural brow hairs land. So even if you have hair missing, don't even worry, I'm gonna help you with that. So my eyebrows look a little sparse right now. They're a little bit grown out. So I wanted to be realistic for you guys because not everybody has a perfect shaped brow, but I'm gonna show you how to make them look like you just got them done. By the way, thank you Creative Beauty Co for sponsoring this video. If you are in the Arizona area and you are wanting to know how to do makeup on yourself, I offer private one-on-one hands-on makeup lessons as well as master classes for aspiring makeup artists and makeup artists, or if you are just needing an artist for special events or your special wedding day, I am your girl. Hit the link below to contact me. So I'm gonna start off by applying it where my natural hair is. So where that one hair begins, I'm gonna apply it. I'm gonna apply my pencil there and begin to do soft strokes all the way to the middle. And as you can see, I want it to be one length, one direction. Even if I have hair missing in these little areas, I'm not gonna follow the hair. I'm gonna start there and act like I have every single hair intact. Okay, so after I stop in the middle of my eyebrow, I'm gonna follow the line going towards the end, and you're gonna end where the end of your eye ends, and you diagonally apply your pencil there to see if it stops where it needs to, just like that. Okay, follow me along, guys. Trust the process. Okay, so now we're gonna do the top. So I don't ever like to start right in front of the eyebrows because I don't like the really boxy square look. I want it to look natural. So I'm gonna start midway inside my hair, like literally where my hair is in my skin, like literally on my skin. And I am going to start bringing it downward and connecting to the line that we created. So my pencil is literally just my guide to trace my eyebrow into the shape that matches my face best. And the way I like to do eyebrows is I like to create your natural brow shape that you already have rather than creating a false brow that would not fit your face. Okay, so now after doing that, I'm gonna start on the other side. And please be careful when you are doing this because you can make these eyebrows look really, really dark, and you do not want to do that. But the good thing about it is if you do mess up, you can literally use your spoolie and just start combing them through to lighten them up a little bit. So the same on the other side. And when you do this, take a step back to make sure that they are going in the same direction. Okay, you don't want one eyebrow higher than the other. You want to make sure that they look pretty similar. And here's the thing, guys. Brows are sisters. They are not twins. You want to make sure that they look related. You don't want them to look like they are not related at all. So the same thing, I'm going in the middle of the brow now that I trace the bottom, and I'm just tracing all the way down till I hit the end of my eyebrow, just like this. The only time that I use my pencil to fill in is if I have like actual hair missing. So that's when I'll go in and start filling in certain areas that have bigger gaps than none. Because I personally like to fill in my eyebrows with shadow. I feel like it looks so much better. It looks more natural, and I personally like a more natural brow. So I'm gonna go in with an angled brush, and this is a 263 brush from MAC. And I'm gonna use MAC shadow in the color Espresso. So this is a big deal, guys. You have to be careful on what brown you use for your hair. Because I have dark hair, I have to be very careful not to use a brown that turns like a red undertone on myself, on my skin. So I use a true chocolate brown, and I'm gonna pick some up with my angled brush, and I'm gonna begin at the end. The reason why I'm gonna begin at the end is because when you pick a product and place there first, that is where most product will land, and you don't want a lot right in the front. And that is why I like to start towards the end, because I don't need a lot of glob of product right in the center or in the front. Sorry, the center. Sorry, the front of my eyebrow. Okay, so I'm gonna start there. And I'm picking up as I'm going because it's easier to add than to remove. So I'm starting at the end and going all the way to the front. I'm just filling in any gap. And when I start getting closer to the front, I don't really like to pick up a lot of product. I just like to go where the line that I created is. And I place my angled brush and start lifting up the line to kind of diffuse it a little bit. Just like this. And you can already see your eyebrow coming to life. Same thing on the other side. We are gonna start off towards the end and then gradually making our way to the front, just like this. You can honestly use any angled brush that you find, because you can't go wrong with using any type of angled brush. One that I do like that is great and cost effective is the Morphe angled brush. I swear you can go to Ulta and purchase one for under $5, and it does the job, and it already has a spoolie on the end for you. So after I fill in my eyebrows, this is my favorite part right here, guys. So when you have hair that are growing underneath your eyebrows and you do not have time to get your eyebrows done, I like to do this little tip, this little trick. I am using NW25 Studio Finish Concealer from MAC, and I'm using a really thin brush from MAC as well. It's called 231. And I believe this is like a lip gloss or lipstick brush, but I love to use this size because it gets perfectly in the area that I needed to. Again, I believe Morphe has a really small one that you can literally buy for like $4, and e.l.f. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this, and this is in the shade NW25. So this undertone has more of a rose undertone. It's more warm, okay? It's not cool, it's not more golden, yellow. So the reason why I chose a warm undertone is because I don't want underneath my eyebrow to look yellow. I want it to look natural. So that is why I picked something with a little bit more of a warm undertone. So I picked up a good amount, and I am just making sure that it's evenly spread on both sides. And I am going to start midway from my eyebrow, not from the beginning, but midway from my eyebrow. And I'm literally going to trace. I'm also doing a motion of like long strokes, just like this. And I'm using more of the tip of the brush, okay? And I'm gonna place it right underneath my eyebrow. And I'm not hitting right where the product is, because that's where it can turn colors and it can look gray. So you wanna make sure that you're literally right underneath it, where it feels like you're gonna paint over what you just did, but you're not, you're just right underneath it. And you're just gonna do a long stroke, very precise, very slowly, because you do not wanna mess this up. And I'm gonna go all the way down till we hit the end just like this. And then I am going to drag it down and use my finger to melt it in just like that. Now I'm gonna do the other side. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of product midway, gentle. And we're gonna trace right underneath, just like this, all the way down to the end. Then I'm gonna drag it down. Then I'm gonna grab my finger and just melt it in, just like this. So then it looks like it's married to the shadow or your skin, because you won't have eyeshadow when you do this, because I'm telling you, doing eyebrows first changes the game. So typically when I do my eyebrows first, then I go in with eyeshadow primer, right? And this is the part where when I do eyeshadow primer, I put it on all over my entire lid, but I'm not touching this part. I want my concealer to be my highlight. So I don't put any shadow under there. I don't overlap it with the primer. I drag it all the way down to my eyelid, but again, I already have eyeshadow on. And I just make sure that looks clean, because the best trick of all is when you do your eyeshadow, you don't want those harsh lines of your brow. So I like to grab a 224 blending brush. This is also for MAC. I have all of the MAC OGs, original brushes that are amazing. Again, you can get one from Morphe. Their price point is amazing and their quality is great. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of Patrick Tall brown shadow, and I'm just gonna go in with my crease. And whatever's left over, I like to go right in front of my eyebrow, because I want it to soften the line and make it look very seamlessly blended with my eyeshadow. I don't want it to look like I have really harsh carved out brows. So this really helps to soften it. So again, you place some brown eyeshadow on your crease, and whatever's left over, you can start lifting up towards the eyebrow. And this will really help. So when you do your nose contour, you're able to have everything look so seamless and come together so beautiful without something looking off. And after I do that, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brow gel. I love using Anastasia Beverly Hills Color Brow Gel. And I'm just going to just bring everything together. Any gaps, any hairs that may have been little stragglers. Just gonna bring them all together, give you a little extra color just in case. One big thing that you need to make sure that you do when you are filling in your eyebrow is you want to look down towards the mirror, because you will be able to see if you have any gaps of areas that you forgot to fill in with. So you always put your head down and make sure that there are no gaps, because sometimes you could miss some gaps. So you just want to make sure that everything is filled in. That is how you fill in your eyebrows, by using a pencil and powder and concealer to create the perfect clean brow. Hope this helped. See you in my next video.